So your photo is the first thing that a renter sees. And if it looks like you took it in 2003 on a flip phone, they're pretty much gone before you even get their attention. Meanwhile, your unit is bleeding $70 a day in lost rent, while you're trying to save $200 by shooting it yourself. But here's the thing, marketing's first job is making the unit look good. And by marketing, I mean your photo. Not the price, not the description, the photo. Because renters don't decide based on what the unit actually is until after they see what it looks like. And that's the process, and is actually pretty simple. I use F8 photography for everything we list. Here's how it works. First step, you go to F8 photography's site, search the name, hit order now. You paste your address in, and it auto-populates the rental data. You add your square footage, and that's it. You're not doing anything complicated here. If you want the exact walkthrough and you want to see what bad photos actually cost you in the Bay Area, we put together a free guide. I'll link it and pin it in the comments here. Next step, you set access. You can do an agent showing like a super box or even just exterior photos if you want. And here, say yes to photographing the garage. That's not junk. The garage is a real selling feature. Renters are checking if there's covered parking or if they're sitting in the sun all day. That really matters. Okay, quick pause here because the next part actually really matters. Here's what most landlords don't realize until it costs them. An empty unit isn't your biggest risk. The wrong tenant is. One bad placement in California today can turn into 5-figure deposit, eviction, and a fair housing claim. That's the part that nobody screens for. I'm Roger with Rental Lords. I'm a licensed agent, and I fill units for a flat fee. Never a percentage of what the actual rent is. I'll place a screen fully compliant tenant in your unit, and you do not pay unless they are qualified. And if the tenant breaks the lease within a year, I replace them free. If your building has got vacancies, there's a free 15-minute call with me linked down below. As everybody who we worked with has already taken with us, and I'll be happy to point you in their direction to get their feedback. All right, let's get back to it. Here's the thing. Add the floor plan when you upload. Not optional. Renters want to see the layout before they even show up. They want to know if it's a gallery kitchen or an open concept, if the bedrooms are on the same side of the split, or maybe they're split. If there's actually counter space, or if they're looking at a tiny kitchenette. The floor plan cuts down your showing time by half because people know what they're walking into before they even waste their drive. Last part. You wait. F8 sends the photos back within 24 hours. Professional photos, super bright, clean, wide shot to show the space. Each room gets its own angle, not cropped off furniture. They show you your unit like it deserves to be shown. Then you list. And here's where most landlords trip up. They leave trying to save $200. So they shoot it on their own phone. Pictures look dark, angles are weird, and the space shrinks on the screen. Renters just scroll past. The unit sits, and the $200 you saved evaporates into a week of lost rent. Math's pretty much not mathin'. Look, your photos have to match the unit. If the stage is too hard, if you stage it too hard, or if you show a unit that's not actually in shape when the renters show up, you're starting a lease on a lie. And that tenant breaks it. That's how you get 5-figure problems. Photos aren't about making the unit look like a magazine. They're about showing it honestly. The way I run this in Contra Costa is we load the F8 order on a Tuesday. Photos are back on a Wednesday, that morning at least, and the unit's live by Thursday. You're not waiting. If they got turnover, that speed matters because every day you're not listed is a day a tenant could have been applying. But most landlords are just sitting on their hands waiting for the perfect scenario. Talk to your attorney if you got an edge case. But the answer is almost always the same. Just get ready and order the photos. So here's what I got, or at least here's what I want to know from you. How long has your unit been sitting without a professional photo? Because if it's been more than a week, you're already in the red on that $200. You thought you were saving, but you're not. And you probably got fewer applications during that time too, right? Your next move is simple. Paste the address into F8 and get the order started today. And if you want to talk about filing or at least filling the unit fast, make sure that tenant gets the actual screened and compliant and the free call that they deserve. Then maybe you should take a free call with us that is linked in the description. What's one thing holding you back from pulling that trigger? Because it's free. All you have to do is have a conversation with me.